Hey, what's up guys? Grape here, doing my RBL Season 4 draft analysis for my team, Carolina Pyroars. This is like 4 o'clock in the morning right now, so this is a great time to do this. This will be my third season with the RBL. I skipped on Season 3 because I had college work to do. But in Season 1 I made it pretty far. I made it to the finals, where I lost out to Alex Louie. And Season 2, I did relatively well, but I missed off on playoffs because the two people in my division, Cap and Joey, they did better than me. But let's move on with it. I had the last pick in the Mega Draft, which comes at the beginning, and I decided to pick up Mega Latias. Now, regular Latias is pretty good because it's got it's a pretty decent bulk. It's got a decent speed tier, or a pretty good speed tier actually, at 110, and it comes with it's got a lot of great moves. It's got a Defog, Draco Meteor, Psyshock, Healing Wish, Roost, Recover, and I don't have to use Mega Latias. I can use Leftovers or Custap Berry or Choice Scarf, whatever kids are using nowadays. And Mega Latias is good because it improves on Latias's regular bulk and special attack, and it can't be knocked off, which is a huge plus because Latias suffers from getting knocked off a lot. So then for my next OU pick, I decided I wanted a Fairy type because they complement Latias well, because they can resist the Dark type moves that would hurt Latias, and immune to Dragon types. And I decided to go with Sylveon. And Sylveon's really good because it's pretty bulky. You can run it especially defensive, regular defensive, or you could go all out offensive with like a choice specs, because it's obviously it's got a hyper voice, and if you're not prepared for that, it just wrecks the lives. But it's also got a Wish, Baton Pass, Heal Bell, Psyshock. It's just an all-around great Pokemon, and I've never really used it before, so looking forward to getting to use it in the RBL. And for my next pick, I wanted a lot of offense, so I decided to go with Conkeldurr. And Conkeldurr's great because it's got a lot of great abilities. It's got Sheer Force, Iron Fist, Guts, so whatever I'm feeling that week I can use, and be able to use it to the best of its abilities. And its move pool is also really good. It's got Mach Punch, Train Punch, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Dynamic Punch, Punch Punch, whatever. It's got Poison Jab, Knock Off, EQ, Stone Edge, Bulk Up if I want to set up, and obviously, if you see Conkeldurrs on a team, like, you gotta prepare for it. Otherwise, it could have something that could really hurt your team. And that was it for my OU draft. And for the UU draft, I decided, I don't know if I was originally planning on getting this, but once I saw it was available, obviously I wanted it. It's my favorite Pokemon, actually. I decided to pick up Arcanine. And Arcanine's great because it's also got a great amount of good. It's got great abilities. It's got Intimidate, Flash Fire, Justified. Justified's very situational, but I could maybe see a situation where it would work. And it can be run a lot of different ways. You can have an all-out offensive. You can have defensive, Rocky Helmet. And moves got like Flare Blitz, Flamethrower, Wild Charge, Extreme Speed for priority, Morning Sun to recover up your HP, and yeah, I could see a lot of different ways I'd be using this this season. And for my next pick, because I actually had first pick in RU, I was thinking of picking up Registeel, but once I saw this was available, I decided I'd just go with it. I decided to pick up Cobalion, or Cobalion. And never used Cobalion before, but it's got really good defense. Obviously it's a steel type, so it resists a lot of stuff. It's also got Justified too, so if anyone tries to knock off my items, I can just switch in Cobalion and get like a good attack boost. And obviously one of the main draws of Cobalion is it gets Volt Switch, so it's a really good pivot to go in and out of other team members. And other moves, obviously it gets Iron Head, Close Combat, Taunt, and if you want, you could run Special. You get Flash Cannon, Focus Blast if I want to miss a bunch of stuff, you know, that kind of stuff. So yeah. And for my last UU pick, I decided I need hazard removal. And originally I wanted Blastoise, but Alex sniped me on that right before my turn. So I had to go with Tentacruel. And obviously I didn't want to go Tentacruel because of the ground weakness from Arcanine and Cobalion. But I feel like it's something I can make up for with some of my other picks. But Tentacruel is really good because obviously it's a specially defensive monster. It's got pretty decent speed with 100. Obviously it's hazard removal, but it's also got toxic spikes, so it can set up its own hazards. And obviously its two abilities, Liquid Ooze, is pretty good if I'm anticipating like Giga Drains or Drain Punches or something. And Clear Body, which means stats can't be reduced if I'm expecting like Sticky Webs or Intimidate. I don't know why I'd be running Physical and Knockoff. But yeah, it's got a decent move pool too. Gets Scald, obviously, best move in the game. And Acid Spray, which is good because it can reduce your opponent's special defense by 2 stages, which can threaten them out definitely. A whole bunch of other coverage moves too. Very situational, but I could find a use for them. So then, for my first RU pick, I decided I gotta do something about this ground weakness. So I decided to scoop up Eelektross, this cute thing. It doesn't have any weaknesses unless you have Mold Breaker or you like knock it down to the ground or something. And Eelektross is good because electric types are very useful in this type of league. So obviously Bird Spam, Brave Bird Spam is pretty typical. Bulky Water types are a thing. And Eelektross can be run physical or special. It's got Thunder, Thunderbolt, Thunder Punch, Drain Punch, Giga Drain, Flamethrower. You know, it's got a whole bunch of different moves I could use, and different sets I could use depending on the situation. Then for my next pick, I decided to go with Mismagius once again, another Levitator, to get rid of that EQ weakness. And Mismagius is good because it's relatively fast. Obviously Ghost type is a very good offensive type, and its move pool is really good. It's got like Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, typical coverage moves, but obviously if people aren't expecting it, you can cause a lot of damage to them. And for my last RU type, decided to go with Braviary. Because like I said before, Brave Bird Spam is obviously a really big thing in this league. And flying types are a really good offensive type. Braviary's got a great ability in Defiant. If anyone tries to bring a Intimidate user, obviously I can switch in on that, get a good buff to my offense, and then just wreck their lives with it. It's got like Return, Double Edge, Brave Bird, Superpower, Defog if I'm feeling cheeky, and then different coverage moves like Shadow Claw, Rock Slide. People might see coming. Very situational, of course, but I could maybe find uses for them. And that was it for the RU round. Going on into NU, I realized I wanted a grass type, and I was looking at this grass type the entire time, and I was glad that nobody else looked like they wanted it, so I had to pick up a Leafeon. Leafeon's good because it gets all like the different coverage, like support moves that Sylveon gets. It's got a decent defense and pretty good attack, and it's got moves like Leaf Blade, gets knockoff, agility, Swords Dance. And those obviously work well with the Baton Pass, Wish, Heal Bell. It's all around good if I find a way to use it. Good reason to bring it. And then for my last NU pick, I'll be honest, I didn't really know what I was picking. I just kind of decided this is gonna be it. Decided to go with Articuno. And Articuno is good because it's got good defensive. Obviously, its typing's pretty bad. It's 4 times weak to Stealth Rocks. And but other than that, it gets Ice Shard, Ice Beam, Hurricane, and I could see ways putting it into work. Obviously, not gonna go defog or anything, but yeah, I could work with it. And finally, for my last draft pick for my wildcard round, I had first pick in the wildcard round because I had last pick in the Mega Draft round, and it worked really well with my team, so I decided to pick up Crocodile. Crocodile's great because I didn't have a ground type, and I didn't have a dark type. That gives me electric immunity, it gives me psychic immunity. And I was originally, whenever I was going to pick up Blastoise, I was going to pick up Blastoise and Flygon together. And then I saw that I could pick up Crocodile as well. I saw it went well. It was too well to pass up. And it's great because it's got great abilities in Moxie, Intimidate. Not going to use whatever Anger Point or whatever. It's too situational. And yeah, great moves. It's Rock Setter, EQ, Crunch, Knockoff, Pursuit Trap, different Fangs, Superpower. So yeah, that's pretty much my draft. I'm proud of it. I know I didn't draft a very good team in Season 1 or 2. 2 was probably my worst draft ever. And yeah, I'm looking forward to using it and hopefully doing well with it. So yeah, thanks for watching.